offense of the Orioles were too tough to tame for right-hander Chris Archer as Baltimore cruised to a 6-1 win. Last night, Mother Nature took over, and at 7:54 p.m. Eastern Time, the game was postponed due to inclement weather. Today, the Rays and the O's get back to business as Jake Odorizzi goes to the hill in the series finale. In contrast to last night's rainy evening and the postponement of Game 2, clear skies today in Baltimore for the wrap-up game of this series between the Rays and the Baltimore Orioles. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an afternoon of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Great to have you with us. It's going to be a little cool, 44 degrees here, but a beautiful day otherwise to complete what is now a two-game set. Rays love to hit here. A lot of teams do. In fact, the Rays have hit home runs in 19 straight games, as we discussed briefly last night, dating back into last year. In fact, dating all the way back to September on the 20th when they hit that first home run to start this stretch against this Baltimore ball club.
Well, listen, I mean, this is a very powerful lineup for the Rays. I mean, more powerful even this year. A lot of the streak happened last year, but so far this year they've been banging out home runs, and you get the feeling that these kind of streaks can continue and that there will be a lot of them just because of the depth of the power of the Rays lineup. You mentioned the 19 consecutive games of the home run. They've homered in Camden Yards in 7 straight games, and that dates back to 2014. So you've got a chance to see this continue because, like I said, you go right through that lineup from basically top to bottom, and every guy is capable of knocking the ball out of the yard. These are cozy confines. It could continue.
Including Evan Longoria, who loves to hit here, hit a home run his first time up in the first game of this series the other night. Jake Odorizzi on the hill for the Rays, making his second start. Vance Worley will do the pitching for the Baltimore Orioles. Rays and the Orioles moments away, back with the first pitch after this. We welcome you back to Camden Yards, Oriole Park in Baltimore. The Rays and the Orioles square off this afternoon. Rays after their third win of this young season. Here is the starting lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Logan Forsythe leads it off at second, followed by the DH Logan Morrison, with Evan Longoria hitting third. Corey Dickerson in left field hits cleanup. Steve Pearce, the former Oriole, at first. Brad Miller hits sixth at short, followed by Steven Souza Jr., Kevin Kiermaier, and Kurt Casale.
And this Rays lineup will be getting their first look at the Orioles starter, right-hander Vance Worley. See what he did last year with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Works primarily with the fastball and the slider, trying to get that sink slider combination.
So the 28-year-old right-hander set to go to work, and here is Logan Forsythe to face him. First pitch of this game is a ball. So we are underway. That first pitch presented by Pinch-A-Penny. 44 degrees as we start play. It's fouled back 1-1. Forecast says that it will not hit 50 today in Baltimore, but a big step forward in the weather department today versus last night.
But what a difference. First of all, the sun. I mean, nice to see that guy.
Ground ball, and right there is Scope positioned on the shortstop side of second to take care of Forsythe.
Now let's take a look at that Baltimore Oriole defense and see how it's going to line up here this afternoon. Brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source. In the outfield left to right, we have Hyun-Soo Kim, Joey Rickard, and Mark Trumbo. Across the infield third to first, Manny Machado, J.J. Hardy, Jonathan Scope, and Chris Davis with Matt Wieters behind the plate.
Well, here's Logan Morrison, the only hitter in the Rays lineup to have faced Worley before. He is 1 for 5 against him and has drawn a walk. And there's a strike. Worley originally up with the Philadelphia Phillies, and a brief time with the Twins, and then Pittsburgh, and now here in Baltimore. 0-2.
When you think what happened to this Baltimore Orioles staff, you know, it looked to be set coming into spring training, but Miguel Gonzalez ends up getting released. Kevin Gausman is on the disabled list right now, so that opened up 2 spots for Vance Worley to make the start today, and of course Mike Wright, who was supposed to go last night.
Worley with a jump on Morrison. Shot foul the other way. Worley last worked in an exhibition game, interestingly, against the Phillies on the 1st of April, and they battled rain in that one. He got 2 innings in there, so it'll be interesting to see how far Buck Showalter can go with him today. He strikes out Morrison. 2 gone. The Rays and the Orioles hopeful of getting the game in last night. Turned out to be a tough night for the ground crew here. They covered the infield and then uncovered it just as they had hoped to begin play. It started raining hard again, and shortly thereafter the game postponed. Here's Longoria hitting one a long way, but well foul. Strike 1. And a tough night for Drew Smiley, who had warmed up and was all set to pitch. Made his way in from the bullpen when things really started to go south in the weather department. Liner into left. Kim is there and makes the catch. And the Rays are up and down 1-2-3. Bottom of the first coming up from Baltimore. No score. in to hit. Take a look at the Orioles lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Joey Rickard will lead it off, followed by Manny Machado back at third and up in the number 2 spot in front of Chris Davis. Mark Trumbull, Matt Wieters, and Pedro Alvarez the DH. J.J. Hardy is in the lineup, hitting 7th. Jonathan Schoop 8th, and Young Soo Kim is in left. He's batting 9th.
Jake Odorizzi making his 2nd start of the season. Very solid the first time out against the Blue Jays. 5 2/3 innings, 1 earned run. Struck out 10 in that ball game.
And he starts with a strike called here on the fastball. Rickard is 7 for 15 to start his big league career. And Odorizzi quickly ahead of him, 0-2.
Two tremendous pitches. You know, Joey Rickard wants to get a look at Jake Odorizzi, see the release point, the ball coming out of the hand, and you get the jump with 2 prime pitches.
And a base hit off the 0-2 toward the line. Sends a junior over to pick it up. And Rickard, who is red hot, puts his average back to 500.
I mean, what can you do? Jake Odorizzi made a couple of nice pitches to get ahead. He goes right back to that area. This one trying to get just off the plate, and it was. The only thing that gave Rickard a chance was there was a little bit of elevation to that fastball. And when it's elevated, you're obviously going to have more coverage with the swing. You just kind of reach straight out, and he went right with it. And that is the sure sign of a guy that is red hot. And Dwayne, he's been red hot since day 1 of spring training. I mean, this guy has been raking since mid-February.
Well, he finished his minor league run last year red hot. We talked about it the other night. 3 different levels, and he was hotter with each move. There's a base hit up the middle. Machado is aboard, rolling it through the infield, and Rickard stops at second. The higher he went for Rickard, the better he hit. A ball, AA, AAA, and now the major leagues.
Boy, you talk about splitting the difference right there. Frustrating, because that's tantalizing for a pitcher. The ball off the bat, you're thinking, I got a chance for a double play here and get out of this. And instead it sneaks its way into center field, and 2 aboard in a hurry.
And he faces Chris Davis. Davis, 2 home runs already this year, coming off 47 last year. Davis hit the first pitch he saw here Friday night out to center field off Chris Archer. Takes the pitch down.
This is the kind of power that this guy has. If you let him get extended, and especially if the ball's down just a little bit, where he likes that ball down and out over the plate, and he could go out from left field all the way around to right field. And work yourself into a spot here too. 2-0, 2 runners aboard. You'd love to get a ground ball here, but you've got fly ball pitcher, fly ball hitter.
Yeah, the 13 at bats he has against Odorizzi's hit 3 home runs and has struck out 6 times. That pretty much sums up the way he does business. 2-1.
You'll take that as a strike. That's where Chris Davis likes the ball. Bottom of the strike zone. Whether it's close to him or whether he can get extended out over the plate, that's his juice zone. So you get that strike there, that's the key, and that's where Jake has gotten his strikeouts. If you're able to get ahead of him, you can elevate that fastball close to him and tie him up, and you got to get ahead.
It stayed away, and it's 3-1. Into center. Kiermaier will come in for this one. 1 away.
Let's take a quick look at that Rays defense and see how that's going to line up here behind Jake this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source in the outfield left to right. We have Corey Dickerson, Kevin Kiermaier, and Steven Souza Jr. And across the infield third to first, Evan Longoria, Brad Miller, Logan Forsythe, and Steve Pearce with Kurt Casale behind the plate. Well, that was a heck of a pitch there, too, by Jake. A 3-1 changeup that got Chris Davis out in front. Take all the sting out of that swing.
Now Mark Trumbo. It's a strike. Trumbo off to a good start in terms of average here. 7 of 15. No extra base hits yet, and they are looking for that part of his game to add to their lineup. Trumbo with good power. 2. His big years, Trumbo in Anaheim, hit 34 home runs with the Angels and drove in 100 in 2013. The year before, he had 32 home runs and drove in 95.
This Baltimore lineup, a lot of home runs. I mean, that's how this lineup is built around the long ball, but a lot of strikeouts too. And then you add Mark Trumbo and Pedro Alvarez, and that's the trade-off. You're going to get power, you're going to get a lot of strikeouts too. They don't seem to mind.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, they have the ballpark for him. Really have lived and died with their power here, their ability to score runs. We mentioned it the other night, even after losing Nelson Cruz and Nick Markakis, last year's team still scored more runs than the year before with those 2 hitters.
Well, when you take a peek around the dimensions, you know, 333 down the left field line, okay. But then out to the gap in left center, just 364. And it may not even be that far. That's your power gap, and just 364 around to 318 down the right field line.
Two and two. Rizzi coming off Tuesday's start against the Toronto Blue Jays. And he checked in time. The count is full. Boy, if you're going to pitch in the American League East, you're going to pitch against some lineups that will score runs, and they'll do it with power.
You've got to execute pitches, and Jake Odorizzi here, after those 2 quick singles to start this game off, has become very deliberate on the mound, taking a lot of time in between pitches. We've seen a couple of step-offs. I mean, he really is slowing this game down, and that's part of the game plan. You don't want to get this Baltimore lineup in good rhythm up there at the plate.
Well, one thing the Rays have done through the first 5 games, they've played a lot of catch-up already, and they'd like to turn that around. Coming out of the Toronto series, winning 2 and losing 2, but they only held the lead essentially in parts of a couple innings. Fortunately, twice at the end of the game.
Yeah, right. They picked the right innings to lead it. Thank goodness.
So another full count pitch to be made. And he got it. Put up with the fastball and strikes him out.
Well, what led to that pitch being that effective in that spot? all the off speed. He really did a nice job throughout that at bat. When he got ahead of Trumbo, was slowing him down with the breaking ball, with the changeup, and then all of a sudden you pop the fastball up in the zone and he just can't catch up to it.
2 outs with 2 men on. The hitter is Matt Wieters. Wieters out in front, swinging over that pitch for a strike. He tries it again. Now back to second. Oh, safe the call. Rays thought they may have had Rickard back there.
Jake Odorizzi's been keeping his eye on Rickard back there at second base. And here they try to backdoor him. Just able to get the hand in before the tag. I mean, just barely. Nice snap throw down there by Casale. That's close.
Ball, 2 strikes. A couple of change-ups to start Wieters, and then the fastball up.
That's what plays for Jake Odorizzi. You know, we talk every start, every time he's out there, we talk about how he utilizes the whole strike zone, but that's the game plan. The changeup, you're going to throw it, you want it down, tailing off the plate, fastball up. They try to get a chase too. You know, that's how he got ahead of him, because this is an aggressive lineup across the board. They want fastballs and they want to go to banging, and so he gives them 2 changeups to jump out ahead 0-2. And Wieters here able to work it back to even.
And even Wieters, who at times appears to be a patient hitter up there, but left-handed pulls the ball a lot more, so that changeup as a result, good pitch for him if you're facing him. Pop to the left side. And Longoria takes care of that. 2 men on, 2 men left that way. We go to the second inning, no score. Rays baseball on Fox Sports Sun is brought to you by Ram Trucks, Guts, Glory, Ram. By your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places. By Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. And by Kubota. For more information, go to FloridaKubotaDealers.com. Back at Camden Yards, Corey Dickerson leads off for the Rays in the top of the second inning. Takes the pitch from Vance Worley. It's upstairs. Dickerson hitting cleanup. All 3 of his hits have gone for extra bases, 2 home runs and a double. Two and 0. Steve Pearce will be next, and then Brad Miller. Base hit back into center field. The Rays will get their first base runner. Dickerson makes the turn and hangs on. And that will get the former Baltimore Orioles, Steve Pearce. He gets a nice hand. Our Buick GMC big matchup here at Camden Yards. 25 career home runs in 129 games.
Yeah, a fan favorite, a guy who plays the game the right way. You can count on him. Very versatile. You know, we throw his name a lot out at first base, but he played some second base for Buck Showalter, third base, the outfield, corner outfield positions.
And Pearce takes a pitch wide. Buck Showalter, talking about him the other night, was almost wistful in his reflections of Pearce, referencing him as a winning type ball player, and you always knew what you were going to get from him. Came prepared all the time.
You just mentioned the characteristics that Buck Showalter wants in one of his players. I mean, those are the kind. This is the. I mean, if he could script the player, I mean, if he could just, you know. Steve Pearce is his kind of guy for those reasons. He wants guys, and I think all managers do. They want guys that you know what he's going to bring. Doesn't mean he's going to go 4 for 4 every night, but you know he's going to be prepared. You know he's going to give great effort, and he's going to be ready to go to answer the bell.
1-2. A little tap third base side from Machado, who gloves and throws, and Pearce hustling down the line, made it close. It is out third to first.
Well, I thought he had a chance because off the bat, you're right, that ball was not hit that hard at all. Machado charging, and even the throw kind of floated over to first base. Made that play pretty close. You see it right here. Having to come deep, charge, glove, then the transfer, and get him by half a step.
The timing in infielders' heads, really amazing.
Isn't it really is. It really is amazing how many plays where you just field, you know how much time you have, and it ends up being that close.
Brad Miller takes it down.
It's you know what, you liken it to like a quarterback in the pocket. You've got that internal clock going, okay, I've been back here too long. Someone's got to be closing in on me. And that's the same thing with infielders. This is taking me a while to get to this ball. I'm going to have to barehand it and fire it.
Miller fouls it back at the dugout, third base side, 1-1. Dickerson at second. So the Rays with their first scoring opportunity. Miller takes a strike. Fastball 89, 90.
You can see when Worley keeps that pitch down in the zone, it has a little late life to it. You can see why he's able to get ground balls. He needs to pitch to contact. Doesn't have a big swing and miss percentage. So he wants guys to put the ball in play, preferably off the barrel or not on the barrel of the bat. Try to miss that barrel.
And he strikes out Miller. So a big strikeout with a man at second base. 2 gone.
Yeah, I mean, he does get the swing and a miss there from Brad Miller, and that pitch didn't look to have a ton of break to it. It'll be interesting to see this Rays lineup second time through. That just kind of spinning in there, a little depth to it, but that's a pitch that Brad Miller gets again. He may launch.
Lou Steven Souza Jr. Bounce foul. One thing about Worley There's a little deception, and you watch him deliver really across his body. Right-handed hitter, like Souza up there. And you'll see that front foot, that left foot, where it lands, and then out from back of that comes his body across that delivery.
You try to create a little bit of deception. If you get out in front, it'll give you a little bit of sink on that fastball, and then, you know, that's his game, sinker slider. The main two.
Worley out of Sacramento High School, McClatchy High School out there in Sacramento. And he strikes out Souza, got it reaching for that one. Rays do not score.
Jake Odorizzi coming back out for the second inning. He did some nifty work in that first inning. 2 singles to lead it off. Then on a 3-1 count, he goes change up to Chris Davis, gets a soft fly to center, climbs the ladder in a full count to Mark Trumbo. And then right here, Matt Wieters, he goes right up to the shoulders, gets the little soft pop up to Evan Longoria. That was a tremendous job by Jake Odorizzi getting out of a potential tough spot. First and second, 3-1 count.
Pedro Alvarez. First pitch is a strike. Alvarez accumulating those numbers with Pittsburgh. 1-1. Rodriguez, the designated hitter for the Orioles. Alvarez. Short right, but what a pickup out of the shift. And out the call at first. Pierce had the ball. It popped away from him. And the Orioles are they're going to ask Greg Gibson to talk with Dana DeMuth about that, because it was a great stop by Forsythe, but an off-balance throw. Pierce had to stretch, got his mid on it, but could not hold it. And Alvarez is aboard.
Well, they had the shift on for Alvarez. Logan Forsythe out there in shallow right field right here. He makes a heck of a play to get to this ball, because this ball was blistered. I mean, hit very hard. And then throw, a little off balance. And you see the stretch there by Steve Pierce. He sold it well. He's trying to stay on the bag and make that play, and it was able to squirt out from that first baseman's glove. And Alvarez will be at first.
So a base hit. Leadoff man on for the second straight inning. J.J. Hardy takes a big cut and a miss. Strike one. after this one. One on with one out. Hardy popping out to short. And Jonathan Schoop. Schoop 4 for 13, coming off a good year at the plate. The left side, that's going to be fair. Headed toward the corner. Now it pops away from Dickerson. Alvarez is going to be waved around. The throw to the plate, and he is safe. The call there.
Well, and Kevin Cash just popped out of the dugout because it was a bang-bang play at the plate. And so we'll see if he was able to sneak that left hand in there. Jonathan Schoop, first ball swinging down into the corner. The reason that was even a chance for Alvarez to score is because Corey Dickerson out in left field tried to make a sliding stop of that ball, and it bounded away from him. And that's where the play got kicked into gear. And Tom Foley's still on the phone back upstairs. You see Dickerson right there. The ball gets away. Then they start waving Alvarez, and that left hand looks like it snuck in and was able to tip the back of that plate right there. Yes, he just got the point of home plate.
And the Orioles take the early lead. Alvarez scores on the double into the corner by Schoop.